All right, so we had another green day in the metals. Gold, though, gold's candle was not great, giving back that much, closing so close to the open and giving back so much. But so far, and that looks a little toppy on that candle. But so far this morning, we're back up. So, but honestly, yesterday I was hesitating. I mean, gold bit weak, silver did well. But the miners, silver miners in particular, underperforming. I would see silver go up, S&P go up, and this SILJ is just sort of going sideways. I thought, wow, if you can't go up, this is intraday. If you can't go up with the silver going up and the S&P going up, the S&P just being an excuse to not go down. I mean, if the S&P goes down, you can understand if SILJ just goes down a little bit, right? I mean, there are days where we go up with the market going down, but that's a bit rare. I just felt like the silver miners were underperforming. The miners I felt were underperforming, but gold and gold kind of wasn't good. However, we're still going up. The trend is intact. We are exhausted, but it keeps going up. The RSI, I think it's the maximum in history. It's so hard for me not to trim an extra amount here when I feel very toppy. Silver, though, silver's kind of was good, right? Like closing way above the last two highs. So silver is a reason to not be bearish, but again, the miners. Thing is, for gold, we're so close to, and what did we do? We did 3,890. That's the same as 3,900. And 3,900 is the same as 4,000. I know there's a few percentage points we can squeeze extra, but my plan was to trim another trim at 4,000 gold and 50 silver, and 4,000 gold be pretty much there. But silver has a bit more to go. I don't see why it would stop here. Just go to 49 point something, then you're at 50. So maybe that's why silver's a bit stronger than gold. Gold is so close to its resistance. But anyway, silver did well. Silver's candle's good. GDX did okay, not up even a percent, but we've had candles like that before and then it just keeps going. There's no more resistance, so it's really about gold, I think, when it comes to GDX. But another percent, that's okay. I think we're really tired. GDXJ touched the next, and actually, it's not even, I rearranged it. I had it at 100. Sorry, where am I here? But it's pretty much hit. We're at resistance. We're touching resistance, right? Whether it's 101 or 102, it's the same thing. So GDXJ is at resistance. That gives resistance to the other ETFs, GDX. So, with gold being a bit exhausted, mine is underperforming, GDXJ hitting resistance. Obviously, we've been on a tear non-stop, our RSIs and all that. Look at, sorry, that's SLV. That doesn't even count. Silver's better. SILJ, right? Not the best candle. Look at that exhaustion. That's with silver having that beautiful candle. So you can see the exhaustion. It's hard for me to not trim an extra amount. SIL, same thing. So the miners are tired, but if the metals keep climbing, the miners kind of have to have green days. But when you're up 1% in the miners whilst silver's up 1.5%, that's a bad day for me. I prefer it to be a red day where silver's down 1.5% and the silver miners are down 1%. For me, great day. Better than an up day the other way around, if you see what I mean. So I've got no sell orders in because my strategy is to buy the dip now, not to sell any more pumps. I've trimmed enough, even though they've been small trims, but it's very hard for me to not add an extra trim as a sort of like a fake short bet, because I kind of expect it to go down. But anyway, I can't sort of promise. I don't know what I'm going to do today. If I see more tiredness in the miners, maybe I'll do an extra trim. I don't know. I can't restrain my fingers sometimes. So that's how I feel. If we look at the miners, Newmont did well, I feel. That's a nice candle, right? Especially if you look at gold's close, Newmont outperformed the metal up 2%. Nice close. Looks like it wants to attack 88 today, especially for green. So Newmont, I feel like the senior gold miners did okay. Barrick, that was kind of what I was hoping for, just closing back above this support, but quite a way off its high. Obviously, you had that. I don't even understand what that was. Those two CEOs, Newmont and Barrick, was it resigning on the same day and everyone thinking they're going to merge? That would be cool, I think. That would be a massive merger. But yeah, it's going to take a bit to go all the way back up to test its old highs for 5%. You kind of need gold going towards 4,000, like 3,900 something and going to 4,000. And that's where I'd sell. So maybe I would trim one more up here at the very top because by then gold's probably approaching 4,000, but no sells in place. Agnico doing what Agnico does, just constant new highs. That kind of reflects gold. I feel like Agnico really does trade a lot with gold. Like it reflects its candle quite well sometimes. And I think that's a perfect reflection. New high. So gold goes up, that keeps going up. That will be a good defensive one to be in if we start going down. Pan America, yeah, kind of doing what we expect. So silver miners would had the same candle. So Pan America really does reflect SIL. But again, underperforming because silver was up a nice amount, right? Silver was up 1.5%. Pan America should be up 3 or maybe even 4%. Instead, it's up also 1.5%. That's also at its next resistance, 40, big round number, right? It's the next resistance after taking out this more important descending. So now what you need somehow, well, if silver runs to 50, it's going to happen. You need to close above 40. I'd prefer it to go sideways, close above 40, and then, yeah, do what I've done here. So go up to 44. Then I'd expect a retracement because by then you've got silver at 50 and then breach through. But it depends what silver does. Basically, Pan America has to go up if silver goes up, and that's what it's been doing, but it's been kicking and screaming on the way up. So I feel the exhaustion. Wheaton. Yeah, if gold's up, Wheaton should be up like Agnico and has big silver exposure. Silver's up even better. Instead, Wheaton's red. So there's a senior that's exhausted. I don't know if it's different for the royalties, but I'd expect it to trade like Newmont Barrick and Agnico. Franco Nevada closing at low of day, red when it should be up. Also exhausted, despite yesterday's candle suggesting you really want to go higher. Exhausted, not ideal. Metalla has had more time to rest. Hasn't really been an absolute crazy spike compared to the others. It kind of has, but it had time to get more energy. So when that's good. That's what I expect. That's an average performance given the metals green price yesterday, especially gold. So that's cool. Gold to 4,000, you probably got it just above 7. So that's okay. I am gold. It's okay. Right. That's okay. It's had a crazy move recently. Can it get to 1350? Yes. If gold goes to 4,000, we can probably go above that. We can probably get to 1450. I mean, look at that. Look at these moves. They all look like that, you know? And to not trim an extra small 2% when you've got the miners exhausted despite the metals going up in the S&P, it's very strange for me to force myself. But anyway, um, okay, exhausted, Equinox. That looks like there's news, but close at low of day, red 3% with gold up, almost closing the window. I don't understand. But this one I'm okay because I've trimmed a little bit and it's worth just a little less than what I want it to be worth. So if it comes down, I'm quite happy. It's not I'm not overweight that, let's say. B2, that's what you expect with a weak gold day, but still up. It's also up. Hovering near 5, looks like it wants to get more energy to go up to 540, but yeah, and it would do it if gold goes up, so that's okay. This one also a bit like Equinox. I don't have as much as I would want. Still a lot more than at any point down here because of how much it's gone up, but I have a certain amount that I want to be heavy. Most of them are heavy. Some of them are sort of medium heavy, and this is one of them. So if it goes down, it'll be worth less and less as it goes down. Then I'll be very happy to buy it back. But anyway, it depends what gold does. Harmony still doing its thing, just sort of sideways just below the all-time high. That'll breach through if gold goes for 4,000. What a level to trim though, if you really think gold's going to go down, because it recently had bad news, so it should go down quite quickly. Next one, Aris Mining. Finally, I think it's the first time ever took out 10. That's one that made like a significant technical move yesterday. Close at high of day, close above 10. Looks like it's finally got the excuse and the energy to go higher. And the higher is to, I don't know where. I've got a little 1050 level based on some old like price support down there. I can't even zoom out of this stock. It just destroys the view. But this could go even more parabolic, or it will just act normal and forget what happened on the left because all of that is old dilute. I don't know. I don't even know if that's significant anymore. Let's see. But I'm very proud of what it did. It should have done it before. We had strong days and it just refused to close above 10. So that's nice. SBSW, I don't even know if this thing does get tired. It was up, not the best candle, gave back a lot, closed near low of day, but yeah, it touched 12. So actually 12 is a level now because it's a big number. And yesterday we clearly touched 12. So I wanted to trim one last, I hardly trim this and it's worth a lot. It's a bit like CDE. It's just worth a lot because of its crazy moves. So I might move my trim from 12.39 just to 11.99. And then if it breaks out of that, I don't trim 12.39. It's the same thing. It's 40 cents difference. I sell the 12 zone and then it goes up to 20 basically if the other metals, what is it, rhodium, palladium, platinum, and all that stuff does well. I think it'll get there. And one of the best performers, I think, this one. So a bit tired, but still able to squeeze in a 2% performance. All right, silver stocks. Look at that. Not great, right? Not great. Silver's up nice, 1.5% with a nice candle, and this thing closed at low of day and red. Now, I'm not selling this one because I think it's one of the only very good mid-tier silver miners that hasn't really run. So this one I'm not selling, even if I think it's weak, and I have no problem with that. I just know that it's a buy the dip, not a sell the moment kind of stock. Fortuna, I don't like it. I don't see it advertised anywhere in anyone's top stocks. Fortuna, I just owned it because I've known it for a long time. Obviously, it's gone up. It's done nice. It's done, it's done 100% move for the year, so it's kind of in line with the general index. I just feel like, well, I feel like silver can run a bit more, and if it does, this has to be touching its old high. But this one I will trim, and I've said it before. This one is maybe the way I'm gonna sell silver is by just selling Fortuna hard. So instead of I might trim the others if silver's at 40. I might just do across the board silver stock little 4% trim or something like that. But this one, like 50%. You get to 979, I think it is, no? Yeah, 979, I just do 50% trim. And not because I want to sell the silver move to 50, but also I don't like this stock. I don't think it's as good as the others. And I think this is a way I could achieve two objectives, getting rid of it to replace it and to sell silver 50. So I trim it. Um, who knows? I could do something wild for me, which is like close the position completely, and it's worth a decent amount. And then if silver dips, I'm like, all right, great. Now I'll just take the proceeds and slowly nibble into a new stock or maybe one of my existing silver stocks. But I feel like trying to get something new, and I'm open for ideas. But yeah, this one I just don't like it. CDE, my favorite. Up, right? If silver's up, this thing has to be up, but still underperforming silver. It's not great. It's just tired. It's at resistance. Yeah, same story. So again, and I'm not selling this one, but it's gonna be hard to watch it come down and take a lot of like I will incur some losses as this goes down. If this goes down 8%, it's gonna be pretty big drop in the not in the portfolio, but the value of this particular stock. But anyway, that's my strategy. This is a buy and a hold. I think silver is going to run to some crazy number, 70, 80, 90, 100 and all that. I do think it's going to happen, but I think we're going to get a drop in 50, at 50. So I'm just going to have to take the pain and watch it go down because I prefer to buy the dip than to try and sell any more of this. But, same story. This one underperforming the metal heckler. Okay, 1.5%, a bit better than CD. It's the same thing though. I'd expect a bit better. I think 13 is clearly a level, and I think we get there as it runs to 50. And I'm not sure what to expect after, because once you take this out, then you have to zoom out and look at, well, you have to go to the weekly. Yeah. Then you start going to 15s and some other weird numbers, but that's really a run to $100 silver, I think. So God, we're so extended. Even on the weekly, it just looks like a weird error in the chart. Look at that. It's just, how can you not sell more when the miners are underperforming? No promises. I might do a little trim. Depends how I feel. EXK, this one, I have big hopes for this one. If silver starts to take out 50, I think it can outperform everything. But again, down despite silver being green. Down 1.5% when silver's up 1.5% and closing at low of day. Not great. If we have any move down in silver, which I'm not expecting immediately, but I could be taken by surprise, you could get a gap fill. This is definitely a buy the dip candidate if you believe silver's going to keep going. Let's look at the juniors. Aftermath, which I wanted to buy over here, and I still haven't bought. It's even lower now. If I liked it there, why don't I like it here? This is actually a bit of a buy, but again, silver's so close to 50, and if we retrace, it's a bit late for it to curl and go back up. It might do it if silver runs, but then if silver hits 50 and drops, then I'm holding this. I'm not rushing into any more juniors up near 50 now. I bought very light amounts in four or five juniors. I'm happy. I'm gonna buy those as they dip. So maybe the Fortuna proceeds go into this. But for now, we can go a bit low. There should be support here at the ascending, like around 60. Although I'm in the Canadian stock, I don't know why I got this ticker up. Next one, GS, Juanto, or whatever. They did some, what is it, dilution placement or something. Boom, down we go. I think people are pissed about that. I don't have much in it, so I can't really get pissed off. But I did enter nicely. Where was it? I was up like a lot, and now it's been cut a bit. But if it comes all the way back down to support, I'll buy it. I don't care about the news. If silver runs, this thing has to go to new highs. So down that one went. I've got Jag also. Not too much bought. Sort of, was it yesterday or the day before? This just looks like it wants to keep running up as it should be with what the metals did. Then I've got, was it KTM, KNT, KNT, Kumtang or something. KTN. Yeah, that's it. That was up. That was nice. Made a new high. That's okay with what silver did. Crossed the two level. Yeah, that one looks good. But anyway, it's all about bit of resistance there, 220-ish. It's all about how they react once silver's at. I'm not buying or selling these. These I'm holding until there's a big move. So either I'm buying others or I'm waiting for a, well, I'm just gonna buy the same ones or others. Ah, yeah, this one, I haven't even followed the news since the short attack, but look at that. I bought that drop and now I'm at new highs, closed above 17. This looks like it wants to go to 19. Once you overcome news so quickly, that means you want to go higher. So this did well, 6%. It just wants to go to 19 bucks. It looks like it wants to make new highs. It really does. And it's a bit of a catch-up stock for me anyway, so it's doing its job despite the short attack. Very impressed with that. So some of them look good. Many of them look a bit weak. They underperformed. It could be just one day, but I am really not worried. But I'm expecting a drop, and we are close to resistance. Both of them, gold 4,000, silver 50. When you're at 47, what's the difference between 47 and 50? Not much. What about gold? What's the difference between 3,900 and 4,000? Not much. We're kind of there. So let's see what happens. But yeah, I'm a little cautious.